everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Sanchez's Broncos going up against Dalton's Bengals. So let's send you up now to the Queen City of Cincinnati. Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here. Between the Denver Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals. So the D-line's going to spread out. Dalton, 1st and 10. Caught right side, Tate. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. And they're going to face a 3rd down. And a look now at how the Broncos line up defensively.
DeMarcus Ware may be a veteran, but he's not just a wily one. He's a terrific producer. Still extremely difficult to block when he's rushing the passer.
And able to find Green. And for A.J. Green, he certainly had everybody in Cincinnati holding their collective breath when he banged knees, had to come out of the Week 3 preseason game in Jacksonville, but afterwards says he's going to be okay.
And you heard the exhale.
A big exhale.
All the way from Cincinnati, didn't you? A.J. Green did say he's going to be okay and should be ready for the season. No way that he's going to play in Week 4 of the preseason. But they definitely have to have him. Tyler Eifert out for a good portion of the season right now as he tries to work his way back. Remember, they lost some guys in free agency, too. Mohamed Sanu and Marvin Jones.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talked about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack, but I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone. And into the offensive backfield, he's a heck of a player.
And there, a big TFL tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. Has bred this big defensive tackle.
And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. third down, Lynch. And it's caught over the middle by the tight end, Green. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll bring up fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Well, that hollow metal sound is the bane of any kicker's existence, and here, that sound is going to keep our game scoreless.
And you could see him give that body English as the ball was in the air. Come on, baby, come on. But no dice that time.
To throw here, Dalton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's third down for this offense.
All right, I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball.
Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
Dre Kirkpatrick, the cornerback, up to make the stop.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
The youngest member of the Colquitt punting dynasty, if you will, this is Britton Colquitt to punt it away. Back deep for the Bengals, Adam Jones. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Backing up. That escapes the sack. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Giovanni Bernard, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And they're going to have a third down. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Flush to his right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And how about this? It's the other Brandon Marshall that picks it off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another play.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker. There he goes, left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six from Bengals TD. Short throw pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told him, they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Second down now after the incompletion. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lynch. It's caught outright by Graham. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
So just 1 yard to go here on 3rd down. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and a yard to start things out. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing again here, Lynch. Incomplete, into the hands of Fowler. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Catch here, left side, Thomas. 18 yards on the pickup there. And it's a 1st down for the Broncos.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating 1st downs and moving the ball downfield.
And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. From the red zone now, here's Lynch on first down. And this is Latimer, complete. And he's brought down. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Lynch, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Paxton Lynch taking it in. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead.
Instead of having to play follow the leader there, the leader led.
I like that. And he likes that, doesn't he? First and goal, let me do the job.
Because you know when he falls into the end zone after falling behind those big guys who pushed up front, that's a pretty good celebration, isn't it?
Gives him a little street cred in the locker room, too, doesn't it?
Street cred, and then when they go out to dinner afterwards, he's still picking up the check.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs here.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They send Green to the left on his own.
Wide 20.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. All right, Charles, let's go off the script here real quick. Week 3 of the preseason, so many people point to that, say how vital it is. What do we take away from week 4 of the preseason?
Well, we know this is where certain guys make the team, right? Those last position battles. Maybe this is the tiebreaker week, and those guys are going to play the entire game trying to break that tie. Some coaches will have veterans who haven't played much at all, that they want to get on the field a little bit before the regular season begins. They may play them in a little bit of a, an audition sort of a deal, try and get them loose. And then, let's face it, others have question marks that they have to get answered, and they may have to take a little bit of a risk and play them in the last preseason game just to get those question marks answered before the season kicks off.
And they convert on third with a gain of 22.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Over the middle, complete to Tate. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. So here we go, first and 10 now.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
To throw here, Dalton eluding the pressure right and avoids the contact by sliding. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Here's Dalton. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Denver getting set to take the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
The drive starts with a carry by Ronnie Hillman. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. The veteran Carlos Dansby in on the stop. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Play fake to Hillman. Now Lynch. And his throw here's incomplete. Virgil Green is tied in, the intended receiver. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
On 3rd down, Lynch. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Jones. He had one man to beat. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down. And this offense is going to be set up with a 1st and 10 inside the 15. They go back to the air here after the INT. Flushed out right, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. That's caught at the 2. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. Despite only needing one, and that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Tyler Croft, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Bengals are once again going to retake the lead. Here's Dalton to throw for it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, T.J. Ward. After the touchdown, here's Mike Nugent now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And Denver getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So, Charles, while we have a moment, getting late in the preseason, a lot of people point to Week 3 as one to watch. What caught your eye in Week 3?
Well, when I watched San Diego play and saw Melvin Gordon, he looks like the Melvin Gordon we saw coming out of college. Another explosive run. He looks sharp. He looks quick. He looks much more confident and especially healthy after the offseason knee surgery.
Teddy Bridgewater looked pretty good too, didn't he?
And what I liked about him, and I agree with you totally, is the ability to push the ball downfield, because that's what they plan to work on the entire offseason. In fact, that's all we've talked about. Can they get the ball vertically downfield to help out with Adrian Peterson in the backfield? And Teddy Bridgewater's made great strides in that area.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. From the gun on third down, it's Lynch. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Denver. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way, because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And he powers his way up past the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. 3rd down from the gun, Dalton. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Yeah, Sanders now to return. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
To throw is Lynch. Drops it off for Hillman. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
Ronnie Hillman there, the man he was looking for. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
2nd and 10 now. It's Lynch. They go to Hillman on the screen. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit.
Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Von Miller in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Second down, Dalton being chased out left. And his throw is incomplete. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect better.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. To throw here, Dalton. And he's got the hook up to Brandon LaFell. It's a pickup of 17 there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
It seems like, and it is a gamble on their side of the field, but they have supreme confidence in picking it up on a quarterback sneak. You can just feel it from this team.
So a designed run last play. Now Dalton to pass. And caught right side, Green. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
2nd down now after the pass completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. It's caught. Left side, Brandon LaFell. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down.
Pass complete. but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
No
yardage. Okay.
And this one's high, but not very far. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help them.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
You mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On first down, it's Lynch. On the right side, caught by Green. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs. A good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
Looking deep for Demarius. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Demarius Thomas, the intended receiver, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. They give him a gain of 38.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, 28 yards. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals getting set to go. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
For that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense. Andy Dalton forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And Dalton will just sneak it. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play. And they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
For those vertically challenged quarterbacks, here's a time where they will tell you it's an advantage to be a little bit on the smaller side. Able to duck in behind their offensive line and stick the ball across the imaginary yellow line for a 1st down.
Now this time he'll look to throw to the left side here for Eifert. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. 2nd down, Dalton. They set up the screen to Hill. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And Denver getting set to take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard, because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
He's going to let it fly. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Back to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. Lynch on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this down deep into Cincinnati territory. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. First and goal from the 5. They'll run here with Hillman. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Ronnie Hillman, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So now a big play here as the Broncos will line up to go for 2. Lynch going to try and throw for it. And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the fourth. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Green's got it over the middle. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And now they're in the hurry-up. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They'll look to throw. Caught Eifert over the middle. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. They're going to hurry back to the line now. He's back to throw. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Simple slant route and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
Blue 10. Zebra. Check three.
Back to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Wide 20.
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. And this one is right down Broadway. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
And Denver getting set to take the field. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2000.
Lynch fighting. He fumbles. He lost the football. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. A near turnover, but the offense recovers it. Now they'll try to regroup on 2nd. One last shot for Lynch. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is... Well, Charles, there's an old saying, don't let a loss beat you twice.